Welcome to Dear Friends. Somebody just asked me a question about how I'm coping with tech and coping with men's job. I thought, oh no, I need to clarify this. Tech is not a male job. It is male dominated, yes, but it's not a male job. It's a job for anybody that is willing to solve problems. You are willing to upskill, like improve on yourself, improve on things. You are curious, you are resilient, then tech is for you. But not necessarily because you're a man or a woman. One thing I have noticed, or some things I have noticed, is that there's this bias against women. I remember when I was starting out in tech, I asked a Java expert to teach me Java. And he said, you know, you women, your brain cannot handle serious things. So I cannot stress myself teaching you. Get your brother to come and I will teach him. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with my brain. And there's nothing wrong with your brain. So the people, whoever they are, feel like women have maybe smaller brains or something. I don't know. But that is not true. I'm glad about the men I have in my life. My hubby, my daddy. They don't make me feel as if I do not have brain to process things. And I hope you have such men in your life. So appreciate them every time. You have the brain to handle tech. No matter what anybody tells you, you can handle it. So it's not a male job. People think that you cannot handle it because you're a woman. Just prove them wrong. The fact that you can cook and watch TV and handle your baby at the same time tells me that your brain can handle it. We also have scenarios where people go to classes. You don't understand what the lecturer is saying, but everybody's quiet. Nobody wants to ask questions. Because when you ask questions, you feel like the dumbest person in the room. I disagree. Asking questions do not make you dumb. Although if you are in a room that does not accommodate questions, you can step out when you're done with your classes. Go to communities and ask your questions. Many of the men that look like they're not asking questions are possibly going to go and meet their friends and ask questions. Another thing again is that it might be seeming easier for men because they are used to gadgets. So they are able to quickly understand what the tech story is about. And then we will need to take our time to understand. Not that we cannot understand. We just need to take our time to understand it. Tech is not for men. It's for everyone. Then there's also the part where people think that you need to be a maths genius to do tech. No, not necessarily. Especially when it comes to coding. No, you don't need maths. And even if you need maths, why do you think it's only men that know maths? I know smart women that know maths more than their male counterparts. Whether you know maths or not, that does not come into question here. Because coding is not maths. And tech as a whole is not even maths. Then there is the imposter syndrome. You do things, you keep thinking you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. Yes, just do it. Do it the same, even if you're doing it wrong. Finally, you'll get it right. But don't let the fear of you getting it wrong stop you from going into what you are interested in doing. Then we also have gatekeeping. I have experiences with these things. I have asked somebody to explain some things in Python to me, and every time I say, excuse me, I have a question, someone that has been sitting and smiling and joking just says, I'm sorry, I have to be somewhere. And I'm wondering, boy, you have been playing with your friends all the while. Please, if you have people like that, ignore them. Look for someone else. Outside them, I found other people to mentor me. Men. My Jedi. You ask someone questions and it's not answering you, go somewhere else. Ask someone else. I ask people. Younger, older. If you are not willing to answer, I look elsewhere. Do that. I've asked my Jedi. That's what he asked me to call him. How do I do this? And he taught me the basics of Python until I figured the rest out myself. I also had another Jedi that taught me the basics of JavaScript till I figured out the rest myself. They are men. So some people gatekeep. Some people feel like, oh, no, who wants you here? Why do you want to be here? Leave them and step somewhere else. Ask someone else. And if you feel as if all the men, it's not possible though, but if you feel like all the men around you are gatekeeping, then step out and ask women. I'm a woman. Drop your questions in the comment section below. Let's figure it out together. If I'm not available to answer, we have other people in the community that can answer your questions. And then there are other communities where you can go and ask your questions. Ignore those around you if they are not willing to help. You need to be persistent. need to keep asking, because there are some instances where you're asking people and they're not available right there and then. That does not mean that they are not available forever. You just need to take your time and figure out their schedule. So when that is the scenario, be patient, take your time, ask questions. Be persistent though, because when you ask someone yesterday and he says, how about we do that tomorrow, the person possibly forgot that you guys discussed that. So you have to persist and go back and say, are you available? Can we do it now? Or what time works for you? Be persistent. Tech is shaping the future. And when we say future, it's not just the male future, it's shaping the future of everyone. So we need to come in and have a say in how the future looks, so that a man does not determine how our bride is supposed to work, if you know what I'm saying. Another thing again is that don't box yourself in a corner. Tech is not just about coding. So if you feel like you don't want to code, not because it's maths though, you just don't think you are cut out for coding, there are other options. You can look into UI UX, where you beautify pages. Babes, you know what you do on yourself, your makeup, you turn yourself into something more beautiful than how God has created you. You can do UI UX. There's also the place of cybersecurity. You make things safe. The way you take care of your babies and your children, or even your younger ones. You can look into cloud. There are a lot of cloud options. There's cloud, there's AI. Where we look at how someone could have looked when he was a child, or how someone will look as an adult, or an elderly person. You can look into AI. You could look into DevOps. There's also the part of project and product management. So tech is not just coding. Don't box yourself into one corner. So if one part does not work for you, look into the other options. But don't just sit and wait out the tech process. Some households that think that the job of a woman is to manage the home and nothing else. So you are on your PC and some people are wondering, is that what you're supposed to be doing? Your children are sitting down and you are looking at a PC. Excuse me, if your child is not in pain, why can't you look at your PC while your child sits beside you? So if you feel like people tell you that you can't code or do any other tech because you are getting married, or because you're married, or because you have children, you can do both. We are capable of multitasking. That's one thing I know. And so you can handle it. So don't let people tell you that you are meant for the kitchen. When you are done cooking, go to your PC and do what you can do. Let your light shine. There are communities out there to support us and help us step into the light. Help us show the light that is inside of us. Help us bring out our voice. We have communities that are available, that you can communicate with, that are available for support. Women. So you can look into She Code Africa. There's Women in Tech Nigeria. There's Girl Voices, and there's Technovation Girls. There are many more that are available to help us step into the light and let our light shine. So dear women, tech needs your ideas, your courage, your curiosity. Tech needs you. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. I look forward to seeing you some other time. Bye for now.